Hello guys, today I'm just making a video on some algebra fundamentals. I know many of you have maths that involves algebra, so I thought of making a video that goes through the concepts of having a good algebra foundation or a base so that you're able to solve the complex algebra questions, alright? So if you guys enjoy the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel a lot. And do check out my other videos I do on business studies, I do on computer science and ICT. So do check that out as well. So let's begin. Okay, alright. So this involves the laws of indices. So you must have strong basis on the laws of indices. So if you have any number, for the first question, if you have a number that is raised to the power of 1 by 3, right? You need to use I would like to remember this rule, such as a 1 by n, where n is the square root of a. So indirectly, you're just saying that 3 will be the square cubed of 27. So if you go in your calculator and hit the shift button and hit 3 and get 27, you should be getting about is equal to 3. That should be your answer for the first question. Alright, I'll try to keep this video as short as possible. I might release more Python programming videos further down, so just be vigilant and watch them, by the way. Alright, okay. Now, next question. Given that 10,000 square root 10 is equal to 10 raised to the power k, find the value of k. Now, this might seem a bit tricky, but you have to just analyze this carefully. You have to break these two numbers down together to the power of 10. You can do that by doing 10,000. That is basically just 10 raised to the power 4. We know that, and we know that square root 10 is this. If you know the inverse of square root n is equal to a 1 by n, we know that 10 is 1 by half. Since it's a square root, it should be half. 10 raised to the power of half. So we know that indirectly that is 10 raised to 4 times 10 raised to half. We're just writing this in this notation form, which is equivalent to this notation. Alright, to 10,000 square root 10. Alright, okay. Now you put the equal sign. You're just going to follow the simple laws of indices. That's 10 raised to the power 4 plus half. That's equal to 10. 4 plus half. That should give you about 9 by 2. Now do not write this as a decimal. I preferably do not want you guys to write in the form of decimal when you're raising a specific value of 10. So in order to do this, you just leave it as 9 by 2. Okay, so k is equal to 9 by 2. That can be your answer. Just leave it as a fraction. That would be better. I mean, decimal notation is fine, but just leave it as a fraction in this case. Now next question is involving some surds. Hopefully there should be some algebra involved in this. So you have expressed 5 plus square root 5 divided by 3 minus square root 5 in the form a plus b square root 5. Now, in order to do this, you have to remember that if you use the conjugate of the denominator, that is the opposite of what the denominator stands for. So if you have the denominator as 3 minus square root 5, you have to automatically make it 3 plus. You're basically like changing the signs from negative to positive or from positive to negative. So here we have 3 plus square root 5. So now you have to multiply the conjugate by both the numerator and the denominator. So in order to do that, you have 5 plus square root 5 divided by 3 minus square root 5. You have to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the conjugate. So you have 3 plus square root 5, 3 plus square root 5. Now what I like to do is I like to put these in brackets. So you have 3 plus square root 5 divided by 3 minus square root 5, 3 plus square root 5. Now this is basically, you're just opening up the brackets, alright? So now in order to do that, you have 5 times 3. Hopefully you guys should know how to expand brackets. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 5 square root 5 plus 3 square root 5 plus square root of 25. This will give you divide by whatever you open the brackets at the denominator. So that's 9 plus 3 square root 5 minus 3 square root 5 plus square root 25. Now indirectly you can see some comparisons here, is that 15 plus square root of 25, that would give you 20, because square root of 25 is 5, and if you add 5 to 15 you get 20. So 20 plus 5 plus 3, that is 8, since the square root has a number that's both with equivalency, so you can leave it as 8 square root of 5. Divided by, since you know that 9 plus square root 25 should be, let's say 9 plus square root 25 should be 14, and we know that these eventually cancel out each other, as 3 square root 5 minus 3 square root 5 is equal to 0. So now you cannot leave this at this form, you have to write it in this form of a plus b square root of 5. Now in order to do that is that you just divide 20 divided by 14 plus 8 divided by 15, oh no sorry, it's 5. 8 divided by 5, that is square root of 5 divided by 14. Now you just simplify this by doing 20, maybe 20 divided by 14. That should give you about, if you look at this, 20, sorry, it's not 14 guys. When you have 9 plus square root of 25, no, it's not a plus. If you look carefully, there's some error in here. We have to just identify that. So when expanding brackets, be really careful what your signs are. Okay, we're gonna check this. So this should not be plus, it should be a negative symbol. The reason why it's a negative, why it's a negative symbol is because you have a minus symbol, so it should be negative. Alright, sorry guys. So now it should be 9 minus square root of 25, which should be 4. It's 20, 4 and 4. So now it should be 20 divided by 4. That should give you 5. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, sorry guys about that. So you have 5 plus 2 square root of 5. Now this is your answer, where you can just label it out that a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 2. These should be your answer, and that is correct. Or okay, let's move on to the next one. Next one, factorize completely this equation. 2x raised to the power of 4 minus 32x raised to the power of 2. Now in order to do this, you have to, I like to use the HCF method. You guys can use any method that you like or prefer, or just find out what's in common between both of them. So you have 2 x4, you have x4, that would make it 1. You have 32 divided by 2, that's 16x squared. 2, divide this and you get 8, 2, you get 4, 2, and you get, so you have a lot of 2's there in x squared. Since you know that x squared and x4 have something in common, that's going to be x2 in common, and you have 2 and 2, that should be 2 in common. That indirectly give you 2x squared. Now what you need to do is you need to do 2x4 divided by 2x squared. That should give you about x squared as well. You have indirectly, you get in the brackets 32x raised to the power of 2 divided by 2x squared. Now this one should give you about 16. That's it. So this is how you factorize that equation completely. So you get 2x squared brackets x squared minus 16. Now what you can do is you can use this rule, a squared minus b squared is equal to a minus b brackets a plus b, in order to simplify what x squared minus 16. So we have 2x squared, that is x minus 4 and x plus 4. They both open up to give you x squared minus 16. So indirectly, you know that's your values. Okay, why is this like this? Alright, okay. So this is your answer, 2x squared brackets x minus 4 brackets x plus 4. Alright, okay, let's move on to the next question. Your next question is write x plus 5 x raised to the power cube in the form of x raised to the power m plus 5x raised to the power n, where m and n are constants. Okay, now this looks pretty advanced, but it's using a simple concept where you remember that you have anything with square root of a is a raised to the power of 1 divided by that square root value. So you have square root x, that should be x raised to the power of half. So So indirectly you're saying that is x square root half, right, times x plus 5 raised to x raised to the power 3. So if you cross multiply both these values together, you should be getting x half plus 1 plus you have 5x half plus 3. Alright, so now this will give you x. So if you put this in your calculator, half plus 1, you get 3 by 2, right? Alright, and you get 5x, and if you do half of 3, you get 7 by 2. So since you know that, this should be actually, and also one thing to catch up on, we cannot leave this as this value. Now the reason why you cannot leave this as 3 by 2, and you have to understand that these things, right, they're negative. Now the reason why they're negative, alright, okay, the reason why they're negative is because square root x is at the bottom of the denominator. So that's why it's negative, okay? Sorry guys, I had to write that down so that you understand. So you have minus half, and this should give you half. Minus half plus 3 to give you 5 by 2. Okay, so the reason why we put the negative symbol is because square root x is at the denominator. Now, how do we solve this even further? Is that you just have to leave it as this. So m is half and n is 5 by 2. These are your answers for the question. So that's it. It's really simple once you understand the rules of the laws of indices and carefully put your negative and positive signs while checking. Hopefully this video was short and nice. If you guys enjoyed the video, thank you for watching. By the way, do like, share, and subscribe. Comment below on what your thoughts are on the fun videos. Check out the Top Gun, the new video that I've made. And yeah, share it with your friends around. It'll really help a lot. And I think that's it. New content will be posted soon. Bye guys.